My name is Evan Harrington.
Buffalo Pepsi. You want to try some? Look at them. Buffalo Pepsi. Look at them. There's different flavors.
The biggest Jags fan of all time, Justin Bachman. To be biased, but
Duval! I'm your host, Frank the Tank Lopez. I'm ready to fight a kid if it happens. If one kid says one dumb thing tomorrow about Baker Mayfield or anything, I'm punching a kid. Boom!
Mr. Brotherly Love here, Chris Giacobello.
I know how to turn the mics on, Dan.
That's a good thing to know.
We got it. Progress.
I'm the First Lady of the Blitz, Emma Nosby.
Let's just shout out everything.
Aquafina.
Aquafina?
I'm sorry, it's the water bottle from the vending machine.
My name's Dan Dale, a.k.a. Double D.
You're quiet. I can barely hear you.
Why am I quiet? Why am I quiet?
Dan, you're quiet.
How am I ever quiet?
Here is The Blitz on 91.3 FM.
Live here from Buffalo State University.
Welcome back to the Blitz on 91.3 FM at WBNY, Buffalo's original alternative station since 1982, brought to you by the Buffalo State Student Activity Fee. My name is Evan Harrington. I will be your host for the first hour of today's show, and I'm with my co-hosts Justin Bachman, Frank Lopez, Emma Nosby, and in Studio A with me is Dan Dale. We'll be joined soon here by a special guest and Chris Giacobello. Right, Dan? He should be coming in today?
No, he's dead.
He's what?
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Love you, Chris.
he died.
He died.
Just
Mr. Brotherly Shove got shoved off
pushed.
a cliff.
Brotherly shoved is no more.
Word.
He's gone.
He's R.I.P.
I heard his ghost is making an appearance on Monday, though. So.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see them. We'll see him Monday.
Maybe a doppelganger.
A doppelganger.
Alex Tuck is
Alex
appearing.
Tuck?
Alex Tuck coming on the show Monday.
You know, he's got a game to play tomorrow, so maybe that's why he's not in the studio today. But before we get into the first hour of things here, we have a lot to talk about. The NHL trade deadline ends at 3 p.m. today. The Sabres have made a couple moves before we have gotten on air here from Buffalo State University at the Campbell Student Union. But we're going to talk about not only the move that was made a couple days ago with Casey Middlestat and Bowen Byram. We're going to recap that in Byram's first game played as a Buffalo Sabre, recording a 2-point night here for the Buffalo Sabres in their 4-2 loss against the Nashville Predators. But we're going to talk about the Kyle Okposo and the Eric Johnson trades here very shortly. But first of all, how's everyone doing?
Great. Amazing. Ecstatic. Best day of my life.
What a beautiful Friday afternoon, honestly.
I can go on and on about my day, man. Ariana Grande released her new album. I'm so happy. It's International Women's Day. As Shania Twain would say, man, I feel like a woman. Oh, I'm having a great day, guys.
Vladimir Tarasenko trumps everything you just said, actually.
Excuse me.
Honestly, I agree with Frank.
Word 2.
Trumps literally everything you just said.
You're so mean.
Tarasenko, Kyle Okposo trumps everything you just said.
You're so mean.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez. Kyle Okposo.
Hey, we also have a kind of a special guest here. I don't know if he's hopping on the show at all, but if you want to say hi here.
Everybody knows me as Depot because this other guy over here is also named Evan. I'm just kind of here because I heard everybody was going to be here, so I wanted to come in and say hi. I'll stick around for a few hours, maybe pop in. I don't know.
Hi.
Hello.
I like the better-looking Evan better.
Oh,
which one is that?
Oh, we all know which one is that. Oh, you have to ask that question? Mr. Evan frickin' Harrington's the better-looking one. No doubt. That bit will never end. I love that bit to the end of its life.
To the end of its life is crazy.
I guess so. But obviously, it's always welcoming to have Evan DiPasquale here in studio. We also have another special guest. He'll be here very soon. We won't reveal his name because that kind of just ruins the point of the surprise special guest. But there's a lot to get into today. Frank, you got your cap down there. You got the Florida Panthers hat on.
Sure do.
Vladimir Tarasenko got traded over to the Florida Panthers. I mean, first of all, like, what is your initial reaction just as a fan all the way up north, knowing that down south you got something brewing on the ice?
My initial reaction was, so obviously the Panthers were, before 2014, when we picked up Jaromir Jagr, our culture was awful. No one ever wanted to be a Panther. We were always on the list of please do not send me there. To have a player that has like the respect of a Vladimir Tarasenko say that he had one place in mind and only place that he wanted to go was Florida is such a refreshing thing as a fan that has had to sit through so many we suck, so I'm probably not going to watch or care. To now have a player like him say that this is where he wants to be and have players around the league like, oh, the Florida's on one of my top of my list. They're a team that I would want to go play for.
Yes.
So it's been, even though we lost last night to Philly, I'm not too worried about that just because I don't want the President's Trophy, so I'm cool with like another 2 more losses.
Yeah, you don't need that President's Trophy again. You know,
I don't want
you don't
that
want to
again.
go through that again.
Exactly.
Sabres, we had that happen to us.
We had
about
it 2
20
years
years ago. Yeah,
Word
you had
2.
Yep, right.
So I just don't want that, but
the President's Trophy curse.
It's real.
It's a real thing.
No one
happened
can tell
to
me it's
Boston
not.
last year. Happened to you guys the year before. We remember it happening to Tampa.
Yeah.
A couple years before that. The 06-07 Sabres, or was it the 05-06? Either way, one of those Sabres teams. I'm trying to remember which one actually won the President's Trophy. But either way, it's a real thing, and you don't want it. But the one thing you do want is players coming in at the deadline through trade.
Yeah.
And that's what Vladimir Tarasenko did for your organization. The 32-year-old forward, the 16th overall pick from the 2010 draft. So far in the season, 41 points, 58 games. You're adding a veteran player that has offensively skilled upside.
Exactly.
And has been doing it in the league for a long time. A little bit of an injury riddled past, but he's played a healthy chunk amount of games so far this year, and he's producing at a high level.
Yeah, and when you look at the lines that we can, either first or second line, he's on first line with Barkov and Reinhart, or you can move him down to the second line and have a Kachuk Bennett Tarasenko line.
Yeah.
So no matter really where you put him between the first and the second, I think we're still a very dominant force right there within the first 2 lines.
Yeah, and that's the reason why Florida is where they're at this year, is that they don't just have one line. They have 2 that can play like a 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
You know, Barkov can have an off night, even though really, when Barkov doesn't have too many off nights, right?
Yeah, when he has an off night, you're not going to notice, and when he has a good night, you may notice. Honestly, you may not, just because of how good he is on the
Because when he's not playing like his best, as Alexander Barkov does most nights, well, boom, you got a guy like Matthew Tkachuk and the rest of the guys over there that are going to be pumping goals in the back of the net. And I'm not saying this like you want it, but they're leading the Panthers towards potentially another President's Trophy and a deep playoff run.
I know.
That's just what it is, right? You have a very talented team, and you add a guy like Vladimir Tarasenko, who's been around. Like, he's played in meaningful playoff games.
That's exactly.
He won a cup.
That's the presence that I want.
He won a cup with the Blues.
Yeah, especially to go with the playoff run we had last year that obviously ended in the Stanley Cup final. To add Tarasenko to those lines with the presence and experience he has, obviously winning the cup in 2019 with the Blues. He
Not
knows
too
what
far removed.
Yeah, he knows what it takes to get to that point. And now we know how to get to that point. We just don't know how to finish it. So to have Tarasenko there, I think it's going to be massive for us.
Yeah, no, indeed. It will be massive. Really, any way you can put it. And when you take a look here at his playoff numbers, I mean, in that 2018-19 Stanley Cup playoff run where the Blues did win, 17 points in 26 playoff games. That's really good. 17 points in 26 playoff games is really good. And the Panthers are adding that to their forward core.
Yeah, we're just not even done making moves right now, actually.
Why? What happened? I mean, we know Kyle Okposo. We'll get into that detailed in a little bit here, but what's up?
Apparently, Bjorn Fott, the defenseman from Vegas, he's been claimed by us. I guess
waivers?
I think after clearing waivers. I think it was maybe with the Hannafin trade.
Yeah.
Probably they just had to move him.
Okay.
So I like depth defenseman. I think that's what I really wanted before like the whole Tarasenko trade. I wanted a depth defenseman, but I'll take it.
Yeah. It's not a bad. I mean, Vegas had a stacked defensive core.
Yeah.
Obviously adding Hannafin. They already have Martinez, Petrangelo, Theodore. Can't keep everybody. You're going to have to throw one on waivers, and makes his way down to Florida. And that's a win for you guys.
Yeah, Bill Zito right now deserves a statue for everything that he's done in the past 48 hours and just everything he's done in the past 3-4 years. He deserves a statue outside of Emirates.
Yeah, no, he's been making some moves. And it really all kind of started with the Matthew Tkachuk trade, right? Trading Jonathan Huberdeau
and Mackenzie Weegar.
But most importantly, the deal was kind of the two main focal points were Huberdeau and Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Obviously, Weegar's there, but
it was really mainly just like a one.
It was Huberdeau and Tkachuk, two 100-point guys at the time, and you swapped that, but it was an identity shift.
Yeah,
really in the team.
Oh my God! Breaking news!
Uh-oh.
The Florida Panthers have traded Sam Reinhart back to Buffalo.
No, they didn't.
No, they
They
didn't.
did.
Don't
Yeah,
mess with me,
They
buddy.
did.
No, come on. Don't be stupid. Not on International Women's Day.
I can be stupid any day I want. You don't give me. There is no doubt in my mind I can be stupid whenever I want. Thank you. But I'm not stupid.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, literally the latest tweet I've seen from you is freaking Eric Johnson, and you say thank you for nothing, you bum.
Yeah, because. Why wouldn't I say that? He is a bum. He's an utter bum. The whole team was full of bums.
What did that Reinhardt comment just make? Like, what did that get you?
Where did that get me?
Yeah, did that make you feel good?
Yeah, more friend points with Joe Cali.
Oh my God.
I was told to say it
so
by
you
Joe.
interrupted me and Evan's conversation so you could get brownie points with Joe?
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Is he at work still?
He's in Grand Island. That's where he is. But you know, that man has a point. He should come back to Buffalo. Sam Reinhart in Florida doesn't look right. It's like Casey Milstead with the Avalanche. Doesn't look right.
Sam Reinhart in Florida doesn't look right?
No, it doesn't look right.
This man just hates on everything.
Ooh.
All right.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Keep the conversation going, guys.
I mean, I could hate everything. I mean, I love hating things. You know, I love hating Don Granato and Kevin Adams and Eric Johnson, Kyle Okposo.
I can see why now the
Frank.
hatred flows, just because it feels so nice to have a GM that cares about players and cares about fans and actually wants to build a reputable team and, culture around us.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that, Emma.
Yeah, for the Sabres. Imagine that, man.
No, they've tried. They've tried. I give credit for them trying. It doesn't help that your past three GMs have been Tim Murray, who sucked. And he did try. He did try, Tim Murray. He just sucked at free agent signings. Jason Botterill, who sucked at everything. And then now you have Kevin Adams, who sucks even more at everything.
Word two.
Guys, we have a caller.
Caller.
Everyone might know him by this voice. Mr. Homer.
What are you talking about, Kevin Adams?
Who is this?
Homer, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, Homer, where are you from?
Dakota.
Which?
Homer, where in Dakota? North or south?
North and south.
You're right on the border?
He's from Megakota.
My house is built on the border.
Homer, you there?
Yeah.
Homer, do you live in Homer Coda?
Yeah.
Homer, what do you want to talk about?
I think Kevin Adams gets too much hate. The real problem is Don Granato.
I think both deserve equal amount of hate.
Imagine trying to get brownie points from someone, though. In all seriousness. Come on, guys.
Yeah. I wonder who's that guy trying to get brownie points.
Listen, I am on my way into the studio now.
But
Dan
you
is
ruined the
correct.
surprise.
The surprise has been the surprise. The suspense has
Joe,
been.
we have a whole surprise
No,
for
the
you,
surprise
and
is
then you
Homer
ruin
Simpson. Homer Simpson.
What? What
That
was
was
the
a surprise.
surprise?
Homer Simpson.
You were the surprise.
What was the surprise? Me?
Yeah.
The guy behind you. Don't look
Oh, well,
behind
I'm
you.
on my way now. I guess I ruined it. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. You're good.
Word two.
I texted Dan. I heard Frank just drooling over the Florida Panthers. I had to put a stop
Oh
to it.
my
So,
God.
I
When
was
doesn't
like,
that
you gotta
happen?
send Reinhardt back to Buffalo. You know,
Yeah, okay, fine.
just really fake him out. But I see that didn't go over well because Dan, great job selling it, by the way.
Thank you. I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
Or anything like that.
He just went up on air and just started yelling, Sam Reinhart! Sam Reinhart!
Sir, you also know I'm on my phone, so I will know instantly if anything happens.
I can't see you.
Exactly.
eh?
That joke would have been better back in like 1975.
No way.
Wow. Via mail.
Whoa. All right.
I could say something, but it is International Women's Day.
Exactly.
Happy International Women's Day. I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Joe.
All right, see you soon, Homer.
All right. Bye.
No way.
That was our daily or our weekly Friday call brought to you by Homer Simpson.
Our weekly prank call. That's what it's going to be
No,
now.
our weekly Friday call by Homer Simpson. But we got a little off track there from what we were talking about. We were talking about the Vladimir Tarasenko trade, and then we got into the waiver claim by Florida. But sticking on with the Florida Panthers here, because it does tie back to Buffalo, not because of Sam Reinhart, but because of another Sabre that got traded over to the Panthers, and we're kicking them down south here. Kyle Okposo, the captain of the Buffalo Sabres.
El Capitan.
8-year Sabre. His tenure here was memorable. Gave a lot to the city on and off the ice. A very impactful player for his time here during the drought years. Gave it his all, really embodied what a Buffalo Sabres.
No, not a lot on the ice. Off the ice, I give you. On the ice, heck no.
Oh my God.
You know what? I have to agree with Evan on this
That's
one.
just a hater.
No, I'm being
I was
serious.
about to say, I
Dan,
feel-
you're just being a hater.
I'm not being a hater. He utterly sucked.
Boy, your Twitter this morning has all been, thank you for nothing, you bum.
Yeah, because they are bums. Are they not bums? Please tell me how they are not bums.
I feel like recency bias is playing into effect here.
Exactly.
There is no recency bias in this. Kyle Okposo has sucked from the beginning he got here.
Really?
From the
I don't
second
think
he
so.
stepped off the plane and landed in Buffalo,
No.
he's
What if
been
he
a
took
bum.
a car?
He definitely took a car.
Yeah.
He came from New York. He came
Uber.
from the Islanders.
Definitely card over.
I would think.
Maybe
fly.
See,
U-Haul.
I
Someone
feel
took
like
a
there
U-Haul.
is some, okay.
But all right,
Definitely.
all
Love you-
right. You guys
love you,
want to say
Dan.
he's not a bum? He's not. All right.
Overall, he's not a bum, but I can
Overall,
see what
he
you're
is a
talking
bum.
about, how this season he's just been a bum, quote unquote.
This season
I
he's
mean-
been a bum. Last season he was the bum. He was a bum. In 2020 he was a bum, and in 2021 he was a bum. All of the years he was here, he was a bum.
You didn't
He
say
never had
2022.
one good year as a Sabre, up to his standards probably. All his good years were with New York with the Islanders.
Hang on.
His prime was for 3 years, and then after that he fell off a cliff.
Let's see.
Listen, I have mixed emotions about Kyle Okposo because I remember 2016 where that man sent us packing.
Yeah, remember he was with the Islanders on that too.
I know, because it was an assist to Tavares, and I remember it. I'm not happy about it.
I mean, his first 2 years with the Sabres, 45 points, 44.
Yeah.
He was a 15 to 20 goal scorer for his first 3 years here. Now, I will say he didn't have the greatest 2019-20 and 2021-2020 or 2020-2021. It's really a hard year to knock on anyone because that was the COVID year. It was a shortened season. 21-22, he was good.
I am not.
21-22 might have been his best year, not only as a Sabre, but one of his best years of his career.
Wow, that's great. That's one of his best years of his career when we signed him to be a top-level guy, not our fourth liner. Remember, he signed a 6-year contract for $45 million. I hope he enjoys all 45 of that million because he stole it from the Sabres for being a bum.
No, that free
My
agency class was just not a good one, I guess you can say when you look back at it. Every player was, I guess, I don't know how to phrase this, but every player wasn't worth what they were paid. But the market was just not good that year that every player was going to get paid no matter what. Right? Kyle Okposo, in a normal year in free agency,
He got the second highest contract
but
of everybody.
Go back and look at the 2016 free agent class and look at the players that were studs. No one was studs. Guys were
Steven Stamkos. You got Eriksson. You got Lukic. You got
Stamkos in
Ladd.
2016 is not the
Did you just
Stamkos
say
we are now.
Milan Lucic was a stud.
Yeah, can we talk about real quick? Like, let's not look at the stats real quick. Let's close our laptops and not look at the stats.
I need mine open.
No, I like the stat.
I need mine open.
No,
I'm
okay.
definitely looking at the stats.
Just for 5 minutes. No, what I mean
Thomas
is
Vanek.
What I mean
Stud.
Thomas Vanek at that point in time was the worst.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
Go for it.
Thank you. What I'm trying to say is, let's just not think about what he has done on the ice just for 5 minutes, and just think about the impact he has just had on the locker room and on the team. And if you need somebody like that just on any team, like we all see it with the veteran presence and everything like that. And I feel like he fulfilled what he was asked to do during that time in terms of, you know, off the ice, in the locker room, being that good mentor, veteran presence. And honestly, in this day and age when culture is everything, especially in Buffalo sports, I don't think he's a bum.
A mediocre player leading a mediocre roster.
So we're only going to stay on this topic for a little bit. But when we're taking a look at the 2016 free agent class, all right, your number one guy, Steven Stamkos, the untouchable, right? Mm-hmm. He's the untouchable. It's the equivalent. At that point in time...
Oh, he was touchable. He just didn't want to come to the Sabres.
He didn't go anywhere. He stayed with Tampa.
He used the Sabres to bump his numbers up. He's a bum, and I hate him for life. Steven Stamkos.
Oh, my God.
Steven Stamkos signed a deal worth $8.5 million, right? At that time, that was some of the highest dollars you can get paid in the National Hockey League, right? No guys were getting paid about $10 million at the time.
Yeah, no.
Kyle Okposo was tied for second with three other guys for average money per year. Louis Eriksson, Milan Lucic, and David Backes.
Lucic is probably like the only one on there that had like any.
And Andrew Ladd. But Milan Lucic at the same time, when you think of Milan Lucic, you think of a fourth line grinder goon. I mean, that's just what you think of Milan Lucic, whether it was now or back in the day. I mean, he's not a 70-point guy.
Yeah, but the thing back then
Louis
is
Eriksson, not the type. None of these contracts panned out. This class of free agents was not good.
Doesn't matter if it was good or not. You signed him to be a second line guy and became your fourth liner who's a bum.
All right, here's where the Sabres were at the point in time. 2014, draft second overall Sam Reinhart. 2015, second overall Jack Eichel. They bring in Evander Kane, bring in Ryan O'Reilly. What else are they trying to do? They're trying to bolster up their forward core. Sorry, but at this point in time, you got whatever you think about him now, but at the time, Jack Eichel was the franchise player. Jack Eichel was the franchise needle mover, right? Ryan O'Reilly was the other franchise needle mover at the second line center position. Sam Reinhart was supposed to be a guy to move this franchise forward. Evander Kane was another player to help move this franchise forward.
Rasmus Ristolainen was your number one defenseman. He was great in his own right.
No, he had an okay couple of seasons, but he wasn't good overall. Kyle Okposo was the last guy to really help that out, because when you take a look at it, you weren't going to draft a guy to just fill out your top six. It's hard to just trade for players in the National Hockey League to fill out your top six when you're a rebuilding team. So you have to go towards the free agency class. And yes, Kyle Okposo was brought here. Did the contract pan out for him to be worth $6 million a year for for 7 years?
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
No for his production on the ice. But overall, like when you take a look back at the contract, I don't think it was a failure.
I think it was a failure.
He played all his years here.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo. He played all his years here.
He got extended another one. He was the captain of the team for 2 years. He spent 8 years here. He did a lot off the ice. Yeah,
mediocre things.
His production on the ice, he would have liked it to be a little better, I guess you can supposedly say. But, I mean, there's only so much you could really do there.
Well said, Evan. Well said.
Look, just because you guys like Kyle Okposo. Why is no one else clapping? Because Kyle Okposo is a bum. God. He didn't lead the Sabres through a drought. He led the Sabres to the drought. Because he was one of the highest paid players on the team, and he was an utter bum and did nothing for them.
The drought was already in effect at this point.
Like, I will say, yes, he didn't do anything technicality to get the Sabres out of the drought? He wasn't.
No, don't say technically. He did nothing to get the Sabres out of the drought. Leave it at that. There is no technicality there.
He wasn't the guy to do anything getting us out of the
You
drought.
signed him like he was the guy to do something.
No.
You pay a guy $6 million back then. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
No.
That was the big move. It was supposed to be Molson and Okposo together. Molson just utterly sucked, and Okposo utterly sucked. Two of Tim Murray's worst moves. So glad he's finally off the team. The last player on this team right now who's part of the Tim Murray era is Zemgus Girgensson. That's how bad it is. He's still on the team from the Tim Murray era. We haven't gone anywhere. We haven't improved. We haven't decreased. We just stayed mid. We are going to stay mid for the rest of our franchise's history as long as they're here, if we don't make certain moves, like getting rid of Don Granato and getting rid of Kevin Adams at some point, whether at the end of this season, at the end of next season, because we had to do extensions for a bunch of bums with no proven skill. You know, at the end of the day, Kyle has done nothing. Yeah, he was made captain. Whoop-de-doo. He's a great locker room guy. Locker room gets you so far. Jack Eichel was a captain, and supposedly he was horrible in the locker room. So, like, honestly, I don't care if you're captain or not. Great, you have the veteran presence, but you've never been to the playoffs, never done one thing in your career. You're finally going to get to the playoffs because Florida is so vastly ahead about everybody. So congratulations. For the first time in your contract with the Buffalo Sabres, you can hit the incentive maybe making it to the Stanley Cup final. Congratulations, Kyle, for being an absolute utter waste of time. And thank you, Botterill, for not moving on from him. Thank you, Kevin, for finally moving on from him. You know what, Kevin? I'll give you your flowers. You finally realize what the problems are, and you're getting rid of the problems. Thank you.
You're the worst.
I'm not the worst. I'm just a realist.
That's insane.
The one thing I'll give Dan, whether everyone agrees with him or not, is that's built up emotion as a Sabres fan. And
Yeah.
I've had my tidbits with the whole Jack Eichel saga, when the whole Eichel debacle was going on.
You love Eichel.
I know.
He does.
But that whole thing, I've had my moments like that. I can't blame Dan. Now, like, again, no matter good, bad, or ugly, I always have a difference of, I guess, praising or not praising the player when they do leave the organization, I guess. But at the same time, that's why our fan base is our fan base, right? You got fans that are going to be congratulating Okposo for his years on and off the ice here. Then you're going to have fans that are going to be different. They're going to say, Kyle, thanks for what you did here. See ya. You know, just like that. And that's fine.
We'll keep him. We'll treat him well.
That's fine.
I hope you do. I hope you do, because honestly, thank you for taking him off the roster.
You're welcome for your 7th left-handed defenseman.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Why not?
Boys, this is a question now. Okay, I want to transition a bit because we talked about this earlier in our group chat this morning, and I just want to hear your opinions. Also, I want to see Hot Take Harrington on air. So since Kyle Okposo is out, who's going to be the new captain? You already know my answer, Alex Tuck.
I know nothing about hockey, so I'm going to go with Rasmus Dahlin.
I go Dahlin.
Dan?
Get back to me.
I'm not a Dahlin for captain guy. I'd say more Cousins. You'll see. I mean, think about it. So, I guess captains here in Buffalo, or not in Buffalo, but in the National Hockey League overall. What do you want to say it? Like a guy like Sidney Crosby, right? But a guy like Alex Ovechkin didn't get a captaincy for a long time. Just because you're the most talented player on the team doesn't mean you're going to get the captaincy, right? And I would say that a guy like Tuck and Dahlin are very deserving. I think they're two guys that can represent your team with the A. I think Dylan Cousins is that type of guy that will get it. We see Dylan Cousins getting into scraps on the ice. I think we see Dylan Cousins kind of say positive things in the media, kind of lead the team in the media, during pressers. I think he does a lot of good things in the locker room, and he produces on the ice. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it could really be any of those three. I would just prefer Cousins over the other two.
No Skinner?
Yeah, no Skinner?
Yeah,
No Skinner.
Jeff Skinner.
Skinner is actually now officially the oldest Sabre on the roster.
And I quote from
He's older
Evan
than
Harrington
Gergensen?
in
He's
our
older
group
than
chat.
Gergensen.
And I quote. If I
And she
could roll
quotes.
it up. If I could roll it up.
I'm actually changing my answer just to be different. I'm going to go with Ui Pekawukanen.
I
Love that
wish.
man.
Goalie
Ookie Pookie. My love. He goes.
I don't
Evan
think there's-
Harrington. At 12:30 p.m.
At 12:30 is crazy.
Bob pulling up the receipts.
I'd stop being a Sabres fan if Skinner was a captain. Hot take Harrington has come out.
I don't know if that's really
I
a
don't know
hot
if
take.
that's too hot. I mean, maybe it's on the stove.
It's there.
I think
It's
just an
there.
opinion.
I
would
know, I
think
just
if
love- I
you
just
make
love it.
anybody captain, I think honestly, I would like to see Cousins first. I would think if you want to go hometown and try to bring fans back to the stadium and do it as a financial move, you do Tuck. Maybe kind of that fits with Darlene too. I don't know if I would 100% agree with them being captains, but if they're going the money route, that's probably the way you go. Honestly, probably the last one I would put up there.
Tage?
No.
No.
Tage.
That just goes back to my Alex Ovechkin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Kane, right? Even we could say Jack Eichel now with Vegas. Like, just these. I'm just spitting some talented players' names out of my rear end right now. But these talented players that are potentially your best players on the ice, they don't need the captaincy.
Well, yeah.
Now they might not be the best leaders, but that's fine. They do many greater things on the ice than just lead. They lead with their play.
Yeah.
And there's always this thing. I don't know. Just because you're the captain doesn't mean you're the only guy that has to lead.
No,
Just
yeah.
because you wear the C doesn't mean you're the only guy that has to lead.
That's what Patty Kane had the A for like a long time.
He had it on and off in Chicago.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets to my point. I think the last one who's up for the captaincy, Zemgus Girgensson.
Really? You're gonna? No, I would do Tuck.
The reason
Over.
is his play style has always been aggressive. He always rushes for the puck. Ownership loves him. I mean, there's a chance he doesn't get moved today, and it's probably a pretty good chance with only 27 minutes left.
Yeah.
And he has had the A for a long period
Well,
of time.
I can tell you right now, they're not making it. They're not giving a captain to anyone else this season.
No,
They're not.
that's for sure.
They're not going to do that.
No,
until
it
next
will
year.
be next season or the year after, maybe.
Even the year Eichel left Buffalo, they did not have a captain.
Yeah, I was
that
just
year.
reading that when Eichel got traded, they didn't replace him as captain until next season.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be a decision until the offseason. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it to happen like right away.
I just don't know how hockey works personally, but
Hey, self-awareness is key.
Indeed.
I'm kidding.
No, we love that.
Word two.
Eric Comrie.
Brick.
Let's put Brick.
But yeah, I guess just wrapping the Kyle Okposo thing up. What we actually did trade Kyle Okposo for to Florida. The Sabres in exchange got Cal Slajan. Trying to pronounce this correctly. Frank, help me out here.
Frank, help him.
What happened?
Cal Sagan.
Oh, Sagan. Yeah, it's
Sagan.
And a conditional 7th-round pick from Florida in exchange for forward Kyle Okposo. As he now finds his way down south to the Florida Panthers. Now, our special guest may or may not be here.
Homer
Simpson. We heard him in the car. You hear him on your TVs. You hear him on your phone on social media. You hear him all over the place. You hear him on Disney Plus.
You hear
But
him
now
from
you can
inside
hear
the
him
bush.
for the first time outside of the bush here on 91.3 FM WBNY in Studio A. Homer Simpson.
Hey guys, how's
Or,
it going?
Joe Cali, my bad.
It's nice to be back here. It's been a hot minute. How's everyone doing?
How you been, bud?
No,
we're
we're
doing
vibing.
great.
Doing all right. I haven't seen Seeing Armando in here. It's a sight for sore eyes, let me tell you that.
Yeah, we got cameras.
We got cameras, yeah. Look at that.
We're on Facebook Live, YouTube.
yeah.
That's
Indeed.
crazy. I walked in and saw it on the TV out there. I couldn't believe it. I was
We're on the TV?
Yeah.
Are we big time?
Wow, we're like making it big.
Yeah. I think Dan's scrounging for a pair of headphones.
Joe,
Right now,
did you did you hear?
I heard the Okposo rant. I mean,
Yeah.
that was ridiculous, if you ask me. That was.
Thank you.
That was terrible. Listen.
I just didn't know if you heard Dan's.
Oh, I heard it. As soon as I hung up the phone, I was listening my whole drive in. It was bad. It was. I don't understand what the hate's for. Like,
I love hating on things.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Listen, you and I had plenty of shows where we just got into it because you were just hating on someone. Yeah. So, no, it was. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I was kind of speechless listening to it because I'm like, oh, he's been around, really helping out, and as much as he could, at least. The team kind of just stunk around him. There's not much you can do in that situation. So, and he put Frank's hopes to bed on the Islanders. So,
Watch, he's going to score the game-winning goal, the Game 7.
Well, it's like I
Stanley
said.
Cup Finals.
Listen. I'm telling you right now, Casey Middlestats win the Conn Smythe and the Stanley Cup this season. That's just what happens. That's how Buffalo sports work. They go elsewhere.
Could win it,
Kyle Okposo could win it. That's a really. He skates with the efficiency of a 90-year-old with a walker, so I don't know if that really would count. He's definitely at the end of his career, but I don't really care for who they got for him, though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean,
we got an AHL guy. Have fun in Rochester.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at.
Taking a look at his.
I agree.
Yeah.
When you take a look at his career play log, he got drafted in 2017. He was 145th overall pick. Has never played an NHL game. The last 2 years he's spent with the Charlotte Checkers. He's played over 50 games there. 11 career points. It's fine. And he's young.
It's all right.
But
I guess, developmental prospect. But, I mean, the Sabres kind of have a plethora of prospects.
Yeah.
I know he's a defenseman.
Not a defenseman.
I know he's a defenseman,
position,
but still. I mean, well, you're not going to get much more, though, in a conditional 2024 7th rounder, right? That's what they got for him?
Yeah, and you know what I always find hilarious? Like, people always go, oh, the Sabres have no defensive prospects. I'm thinking, like, Dahlin's 23, Power's 21, Johnson's 22, Samuelson's 23, 24, Byram is 22, Yoki Haru's under 25. Yet we don't have any defensive prospects. Because all the players we have that are playing right now,
they're essentially the prospects.
They're the prospects.
They're 5 years or less in the National Hockey League. They're playing. Bryson's even fairly young still. He's been in the league for a few years, but
and Dahlin is literally one of the best defensemen in the league.
Yeah, and guess what? He's ambidextrous. He plays better on the right side half the time than he does on the left. You've heard him talk about how there are passing lanes that open up when he's on his offside than on the left side. So. You saw that last night, though, with Bobo. You know what I mean? Out there?
Bobo, go.
Yeah, Bobo. When he was out there, you saw some magic starting to happen between the two of those guys.
That pairing already looks fantastic.
Yeah, and it allows Power now to go help out the lower lines.
Yeah.
Right? So it was perfect. I'm a very big fan. I know he has brain fog from concussion issues, right? Like, that's the big concern, right?
Me too, honestly.
Yeah, right.
That's why he's got the shades on.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got the Jacksonville shades on. It's like he's in Jacksonville right now.
I wish.
It feels like Jacksonville outside.
It does. No, actually, no, it really does.
It feels like Jacksonville after 30-degree winter, I'll say that.
Yeah, there you go.
The blood's a little thicker. It feels warmer than it is. But, no, I was worried that Middlestat was going to be the only move before the deadline. And I was like, this is it? Really? Like, we're not going to do anything else? And then they did. So it was a good turnout, I think, at least. I'm all right with it.
And speaking of another move that the Sabres made, they have traded veteran defenseman Eric Johnson to the Philadelphia Flyers for a 4th-round pick.
It's about all he's worth, actually. I'll agree with Dan on that.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. He's been a consistent issue, I would say.
I mean, Dan,
on the defense.
you should have saved that rant for Johnson.
I always have a rant for a player. I always do. Eric Johnson, you are the weaker side of Johnson.
Johnson is crazy.
My God,
do you rehearse this in the shower before the show starts?
He absolutely does.
Because, my God, Eric Johnson, thank you for leaving. Have a fun time being next to Ristolainen in Florida, or in Philly. I mean, come on. The dude did nothing. He kept on turning the puck over in our own zone. He barely moved. He looked like he should be put in a retirement home already. I mean, in all honesty, thank you, Tortorella, for taking him.
Brother,
whatever.
Brother, you're just
I'm going through Dan's
angry.
Twitter. I'm going through Dan's Twitter.
Dude, I
now.
saw that tweet.
I'm looking right now. This is,
I started dying laughing about Okposo.
Yeah, thank you for nothing. It was great to have you in the blue and gold, EJ. Listen, I'm okay with that because RJ, Ryan Johnson, should have been the one on the ice. He should have been the Johnson on the ice. I know, he was NHL ready, but never played. Nope, never did. Goodbye, you waste of money. Kyle Okposo. Oh, God. Man, what is going I got to, dude, listen, I understand. I understand the brand. Don't get me wrong. But
can't never fool the brand.
Those are haterish tweets, you know what I mean?
I can't go off brand, man. Like, look, at least when give me a fair thing. Rangers asked the Saber about Alex Tuck. I said, and the Saber said, screw you. Like, come on, give me at least some things here.
You're consistent.
I am.
You don't miss.
He's consistent. No, he's consistently. No, I'm kidding. That's the same.
Consistently
that's
ranting
actually,
and calling people a bum.
Consistently angry.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say consistently inconsistent.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, consistently inconsistent, alike to the Buffalo Sabres this season. So.
I think the seasonal depression is hitting you a little bit too hard, my guy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no, I don't like this. Middlestat just did an interview about his first time with the Avs. With their morning skate. He said, that's probably the most I've sweat in a morning skate in a long time. Selfishly, what an opportunity for me and the team, I think. I played against them, and I hated playing against them, so definitely excited to join them, and I love to help them win.
See, now that makes sense. That makes sense. For weeks, you've heard Paul Hamilton mentioning that Granato gives them the players outs during practice and stuff like that, and it's like, whoa. Like, that kind of confirms that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You might be seeing. Do we need to drop the hammer down inside the Lecom Center, or what are we doing here?
Drop the mallet.
Yeah,
no, actually,
sharpen the sword a little bit. Like we've got a problem here.
What's going on?
The jumbotron.
There's a little breaking news going on right now.
Oh, what's going on, Frank?
In
where? Florida?
Yes, but other team.
Tampa.
Matt Dumba has just been traded to the Bolts.
Really? For what?
No clue yet.
Oh, you saw it. That's why you knew what it was.
Yeah.
Stumba.
Yeah, I have no clue yet either.
Yo, can we say how Casey Middlestat said he was sweating, but he could never do a pull-up?
Wait, what?
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Have you seen what NHL players, a lot of them look like under the pads?
No, they're not. Like, some NHL guys have no physique.
No, look at Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes is...
No, not even some NHL
looks
players.
like he's rocking Coors every day. Yeah, probably is.
He is.
I mean,
I've heard some stories. I went to Kansas City for 15
and on
seconds.
the match, the golf tournament.
Yeah,
they did together. He was like Coors Light the whole time. He's like just sipping on it, you know.
Coors Light.
Oh my God, that impersonation was spot on.
Kermit Mahomes. My name is Kermit Mahomes.
Literally.
It sounds like the impersonation that they do on Gridiron Heights on YouTube.
Do it, Kelsey. Do it.
When he's like screaming the whole time.
Get him, Kelsey. Kelsey downfield. Mahomes. Rolls all right. Handsome, Kelsey.
You gotta do Tony Romo now. Oh, gee, Jim.
Well, I don't know, Jim.
I don't know.
I don't know, Jim.
Oh, my God.
Jim, I don't know. Mahomes guy looks good.
Looked a little Mahomey.
Looked a little Mahomey there, Jim.
No way. I thought I was just about to take a back swinging elbow for a second from Frank. I don't know what that was.
Frank, you're watching a little too much WWE there.
Listen.
Do you guys take breaks anymore?
We do.
Nah, not today.
I took breaks.
You took a lot of breaks. You needed
I'm
it,
only
though.
staying on the first hour, so I wanted to maximize.
I remember when it was like every half hour, it was like we got the wrap up. You know what I mean? Like back in the day. And now it's like, we'll bleed over. It's all right.
Yeah.
We have too many people, Joe.
I know.
What has happened to this show since I left?
Oh, Depot.
Oh, Evan's on the mic in there.
Hello. Oh.
Evan, what's on your mind? What's going on up there?
I mean...
He's giggling. Wow.
What else am I supposed to say? I mean,
you have the
something
mic.
nice?
It's your stage. I mean, you have the runway, man.
Yeah, you're the one who butted in.
This is not my show anymore, so...
No, I mean...
No, but you're the one who butted in.
You got the mic, dude.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
I just think that Tom Brady is going to be the worst color analyst in the
history.
Oh my God!
What?
Now there's your hot take. There's your hot take, and I'm for it.
Get out of here, you Tom Brady of
Why?
cesspool.
Why?
What are we
Why?
doing here?
Why would he be the worst?
I guarantee you, every single broadcast, he's going to be wearing all 7 of those Super Bowl rings.
And I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it. I'm going to watch him.
You're getting rid of Greg Olson, who was actually better.
That was
Greg the third.
If you listen to those broadcasts, the who was he tied with?
Ooh,
who was he with?
Because
he was the color. Who's the
Look it up,
actual
look it up,
play-by-play?
Evan, look it up.
I don't know who's play-by-play with him.
Because whoever's play-by-play with him might have been the worst broadcast I've ever heard at one point in the season.
He's what, CBS, right?
Yeah, it's
Fox.
He's Fox?
Brady's going to Fox, yeah.
Who's this color man? Or who's
Kevin
the player?
Burkhardt.
Yes, Kevin Burkhardt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Andrews on the
So
side.
now we got
Queen.
Tom Brady
Happy
and Kevin
International Women's
Burkhardt.
Day.
Listen, Evan, I got to ask, why are you I get it.
Thank you.
I wasn't around really for the Tom Brady stuff. Like, yeah, he tortured me for the first part of my Bills fandom. I don't hate the guy though. You got to have respect. He's the greatest to ever do it.
You don't understand.
I do though.
50,
We're like
you don't
3 years
understand
apart.
46, 10, 38, 3. Do you realize
I do,
though.
I've seen it.
One of the happiest moments I ever had as a Bills fan was watching Tom Brady throw like 4 or 5 interceptions and just
Like
Ryan
Nathan Peterman.
Fitzpatrick.
But honestly, one of the greatest moments I've ever had just watching the game of football is a comeback from a 28-3 deficit in a Super Bowl.
No, that was
That's
probably
pretty
the
good.
Ew. That was.
I'm not a fan, but
I'm not
here's
a
the
fan.
thing.
I'm not a fan.
Here's
but
the
like, what a
thing.
game!
You can't just be a hater on history, or else it ruins
Well,
it.
to be a hater on history,
I really
that's
should
very
be
hypocritical of you.
No.
28-3 was a historic game.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you just said you can't just be a hater. Look at the tweets you're putting out right now. All right? Like, come on.
Yeah,
All you do is hate.
Dan, you were
Word
kind
to
of
it.
Like, what are we talking about here?
All I do is hate, no matter what.
got
All right.
hating on my mind. Like I just hate
Maybe
enough.
I was a little hypocritical right there. Maybe, just a tad. Maybe.
Like the last guy I expected. Man, you
What,
can't
you
just
want
be
me
a
to
hater.
be hanging out with us?
All you've ever done is hate.
Dan,
Look,
Dan,
if I'm anybody to check themselves into haterade territory, it's me.
Dan,
You call yourself a realist. It's
Dan.
just hate.
Dan, stop drinking your
I am a
haterade.
realist,
Dan,
Frank.
stop drinking your haterade. Over there.
You don't get to tell me that.
Yeah, you
No
got
way.
got.
No way.
I got
You got.
I know. You just gave me the mic at a perfect time.
It was perfect. No, I don't think. Listen, I think Tom Brady brings a whole different level. Like Tony Romo, as much as people clown on him for the Jim, like all that stuff, it's really
And his raspy voice.
yeah. But it's like what he has to say most of the time.
I feel like he hasn't really put in the effort that he did in that, the first season. What was that,
I
2018?
think he's great.
I'm not
look forward-
trying to say that he isn't.
I look forward to every broadcast that has Tony Romo on it because I just know it's going to
Yeah,
be.
I mean,
Unless it has
He's one of the
Patrick
best.
Mahomes in it, then I don't want to
Well,
watch it.
and then people feel like that about Josh Allen too, probably as well, because he does the same thing. He glazes both of them. Like that's just what
True,
happens.
but Mahomes has the Super Bowls, and that's probably why he's...
Well, right. But here's the thing too. It's just like they bring a whole different aspect to the color commentary. Like Tony Romo calls out defenses, if you pay attention, like no one else. Like he's got it nailed before the play happens.
Well,
and
I mean,
he's like, Jim, this looks like zone. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it. And then
I'll tell you the one person that I either on a broadcast booth or on like a stage, and it can't be like CBS or Fox. I want to see Jason Kelsey.
That'd be decent.
I'd
too
like to
early though. He's got to enjoy his retirement.
Would you like to see maybe in the future like a Kelsey cast?
Yeah.
Kind of like the Manning cast?
What about New Heights? That already exists.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like during a game, if the Manning cast ever stop going.
I mean, I did hear, I don't know, something about Manning Cast. Like they were trying to get someone on hand. Let me Google.
Kelsey. They were trying to get Jason Kelsey to
That's
come
what
on.
it is? Okay,
Yeah,
was
they
gonna say.
extended the invitation. They were like, enjoy your retirement, but if you ever want to hop on a mic or something like that,
Exactly,
you're more than welcome.
and it
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
I mean, that guy, he already jumped through a flaming table in his retirement.
He's
Did
a
you see
beauty.
that?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like,
It was awesome.
I give him credit, but like, you had the fire brigade right there. You're not just in a parking lot in a jersey. You were in a full flame suit too.
Fair.
Like there was no stakes to that at all. It's like Clemmer sleeping at Barstool. Has anyone been paying attention to that?
We were talking about it on the phone yesterday.
Yeah, we were.
or
We were
today,
chatting
but-
about it. Yeah, Clemmer. It's the number one trend on Twitter for a while. I'll have to tell you guys in a break if we ever take one.
We'll probably take one here. We'll take one here at 55. I think in 5 minutes here we'll take one at 55.
There is breaking news. Max Pacioretty is staying in Washington.
No!
Sources say he is staying in Washington. But that still allows the Rangers were going after Pacioretty, but the other confirmed name they were going after is Riley Smith. So we'll see if they get a trade done with 10 minutes left here. Also, the Florida Panthers have also made another trade. It is a goalie for goalie trade. It is Magnus Hellberg to Florida for Ludwig.
Ludovig Weber.
Weber, yeah. There we go.
And a 2025 seventh rounder.
That is conditional.
Conditional.
Okay. Now,
So you picked up a goalie. Congratulations.
Yeah.
An AHL goalie.
Yeah.
Cool.
You essentially did what the Sabres did with Okposo. You got an AHLer and a conditional pick.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's fine.
I say
mean,
you like you phoned in the trade, but
Yeah, we have.
if Frank phoned in the trade, we might have issues. I don't know how that team would look. Who dream team?
What do you mean?
Like who's your? If you had a trade you could do right now, what would you do?
I wanted Hannafin, but I guess.
All right, well, that can let's do a different one.
Chikrin. I want Chikrin to get depth.
I remember
D.
when he was a Sabres guy.
Yeah,
I remember when
it
that
was
rumored
last
Sabres.
year.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
New York Rangers are now breaking news. New York Rangers are acquiring Jack Rosovlik from the
Jack Roslovic.
Columbus Blue Jackets in exchange for a mid-round pick in 2026.
Boring.
Johnny Hockey needs to get out of there.
He's not. They're not getting rid of him.
Oh,
No,
I
they
know. I
can't.
know they're not. That
He did it
organization
to himself.
literally, huh?
He did it to himself.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
He come on. That you had everything around there, and you had the right coach, and then apparently I don't know what happened, and everything fell apart.
Calgary lost it. They lost Kachuk. They lost Goudreau. They went,
Oh, well, Debo, I see you reposted this, but apparently there were some interest in Zemgus Girgensson.
Yeah,
But
there
they don't
supposedly is.
They don't
but-
want to get rid of him.
No, that's why I said ownership loves him. He's a fourth line guy, whatever. They got rid of one of the two old men, so yeah.
Dan.
You mean 2 of the 3?
Dan, you should go
Well,
play
I
in
mean,
spot of
on
Girgensons
the
tomorrow.
roster who were playing. Eric Johnson wasn't playing for like the last 2 weeks.
Eric Johnson played, but enough. I know what you mean.
Yeah, please
Never-
pull it up. Besides that, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, we still got 8 minutes
We got,
left.
well, we got like a couple minutes here before we take a break. But before we do so, Evan, tell the viewers how you been. What's going on in the life of Di Pasquale?
Well, I've been it's honestly just working a lot. And, I'll say I was kind of here when what Cali likes to call the purge of the Bills roster. I
Great
thought that
name, by the way.
The Purge. Yeah.
he was.
Come on.
The Bills. Here's the thing. I think I was talking to Emma about this, like when this was happening. Once I heard Tre'Davious White got cut, I was like, I am now depressed. Yeah. Here's the thing. I love Trey White, and he was my favorite player. I got his freaking jersey.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, sometimes money comes into play, and it did stink to lose him, but you still got 2 good cornerbacks behind him. And even you got Kyrie Elam, who's a former first-round pick now.
Yeah.
I will say I get kind of annoyed of the whole put Kyrie Elam at safety type of crap that I hear, but it's... I heard this is the most outrageous thing I ever heard at work. Is someone said, "Why are the Bills even drafting?"
In what sense?
What?
In what sense? Can you please give more? I need more context for that.
He basically said he felt like the roster was already set and didn't understand why the Bills were drafting.
Anything is fixable. Nothing's perfect.
Listen,
especially the Bills roster.
Yeah, they just purged. Basically, a lot of their skill positions. Like you need to draft young now. They got to get young. That's wild.
Oh my god.
a show which I will name some of their callers can be a real pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I think that the sense that they're drafting, why the question, why would they draft come up? I think that's pretty absurd. I
don't remember what they were talking about, but
in some sense, I mean, it is partially true. When you look at the roster, you do mostly have all your starters except maybe a defensive tackle
and an outside wideout.
And that's about it.
In your center.
McGovern is going to be your center. Now,
So,
I am.
your guard.
I am. Well, you got David Edwards for that.
He's not your starting guard.
Yes, he is.
Are
you kidding?
He was
Yes,
good.
he is.
No, David Edwards was good.
David Edwards, even though he didn't play much, he didn't start at all
We're
last
paying him
year.
$3 million a year.
Yeah,
he will
He's going to start.
He's not starting. He's going to have.
He is going to
It's going to be a
start,
camp
probably.
battle.
He's going to be your starting left guard.
Yeah.
He could be, but he's not the starting left guard.
Yeah, everything else in the offensive line is going to remain the same. It's just that Edwards is going to move over to McGovern's position, and then McGovern's going to move over to Morse's position, and then we're good to go.
I would say I do kind of agree with Evan here. It might be a camp battle because who
It's gonna
knows
be
if
a
you
camp
grab.
You got a point.
If you grab, who knows? Like look at Osiris Torrance. I know you drafted him early, right? But he came out of nowhere, and he's an absolute starter. What if they draft one in like the third, fourth, or fifth round?
He's
you
not,
know what I'm saying?
he's not
Like,
the
you could.
plugged-in starter.
No, I
Could he
definitely
start?
see a camp battle.
You don't pay a guy $3 million as your starter on an offensive lineman with your quarterback being Josh Allen. That's just simply.
And
how it
look,
is.
the only reason, Harrington, why I didn't get your point right away is because David Edwards does have really good experience being a starter. I mean, he was a starter for that Rams team that won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I didn't see your point right away, but once you said camp battle, I definitely agree. I see a camp battle happening at guard, whether it's draft, whether it's a free agent, whatever there is, whether they like Alec Anderson and they want him to take a step forward, whoever it may be. I agree with you on that.
Well, all right. So we're just nearing the end of the hour here, and I just want to say once again, thank you. I was your host for the first hour here on the Blitz. But in the second hour of things, who's hosting? Actually?
Emma Nosby.
Is it Emma Nosby taking over?
Hosting.
So Emma Nosby will be taking over the second hour here from the Blitz. But once again, just want to say thank you to everyone who turned in the first hour for Sabres Talk. Dan's long, emotional
rant,
spilling the tea, venting,
hatred of Kyle Okposo,
whatever you want to
Hatred
call
of
it.
Kyle Okposo,
Eric
Johnson, Kevin Adams, Don Granado.
And more, only here on the Blitz on 91.3 FM, WNY. Once again, just want to say thank you guys to tuning in the first hour. We will see you guys very soon for the second hour of things here. Once again, stay tuned and see you in a few.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Actually, yes, ma'am. Welcome back to the Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY, Buffalo's original alternative since 1982. Happy International Women's Day, everybody. I am the first lady of the Blitz, Emma Nosby, and I will be hosting the second hour of this show because who else would be hosting on International Women's Day, of course. Everybody is still here in studio besides Evan Harrington because he had to go to work. But we do have everybody else here, so let's do the roll call, shall we? In Studio A with me is everybody's good friend, Double D Dan Dale. How you doing, buddy?
I love everything.
Yes, as you should. All right, to my right, starting at my right in Studio B is two Blitz alums. First off, Mr. California Love, Joe Cali. How you doing?
Oh, great. How are you? I love that song. There you go.
Fantastic. I knew you would. That's why I sang it. Next up is another Blitz alum, Evan D. Pasquale, a.k.a. Depot. How you doing?
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Frank the Tank Lopez, I hope you're still I hope you recovered from the Kyle Okposo trade. Are y'all good?
I want to burn Vegas to the ground.
Don't we all?
And then next to him, everyone's favorite Jags fan in his sunglasses and everything. Give a big Duval to Mr. Justin Bachman.
Duval.
Let's go. And then, of course, in Studio A with me as well, running the live stream on Facebook. If you can look up facebook.com/WBNY, Armando Giangreco Murata.
Boo!
Oh my God, why give him a boo?
You're booing Armando, but not Duval? Are you kidding me? Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, no, I just want... Armando's...
I think we need
to...
I think we need to change the
I
song.
gotta do something different.
To, Shake It Off. Taylor Swift, the hater's gonna hate because that's
Listen,
Dan sitting in the corner.
true.
Over there.
Haters gonna hate, but Taylor Swift, she has her month next month. This month is Ariana Grande's month. Okay. You are listening to Yes And by Ariana Grande, her first lead single in 3 years for her upcoming, actually, no, not upcoming album. She released it at midnight tonight, Eternal Sunshine. I did cry myself to sleep last night after listening to this album. It's so good.
I will not accept the slander.
It is so good.
I will not accept the slander saying that it's Ariana Grande's month. Excuse me,
Listen,
it's my month.
Ariana Grande, one of my favorite songs
Excuse
of
me?
hers has to be Seven Rings. And did you hear she re-recorded it? Tom Brady's in studio flashing his 7 Super Bowl rings. Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
I'm kidding. I'm
God.
kidding. It was a joke.
Good Lord.
Evan, how do you feel
See, I was
about
gonna say,
that?
Homegirl does not have a NFL team. She has a hockey team. She's from Boca Raton, and she is a Florida Panthers fan. So
That's
get your facts straight, Joe Cali.
Flag, boom.
Get your facts straight. Say that shit. Oh, don't. I'm so sorry, everybody.
That's strike 2 on you.
I do have the clean version. I just, you know me.
He decided to make it explicit.
Song's over. Yeah, I'm so sorry, everybody. All right, song's over.
Hey, you want to know how embarrassing it was when it happened
No, we
to me?
don't need to go over the story again for the 60 millionth time.
We should go over when this guy did it. Talking about
You
Jeff
said
Skinner.
it Wednesday. I don't need to hear it again.
Oh, good Lord.
Basically, I'm now at the point, just real quick with the Sabres. I'm at the point where, is it bad to say I miss Jack Eichel?
No.
Yes.
No, no, it's not bad based
So it's
on
bad to miss a player
because he's
you're
thriving
covering.
in Vegas and he could have thrived with us.
I think I miss the fact that even though the team was bad, at least you had a superstar that would always perform every game.
Yeah, you miss
Yeah,
the
I
talent,
don't-
but you don't miss the actual player.
Yes.
I don't miss the years. I don't miss the years at all. I don't mind Jack
I agree
Eichel
with-
being gone. I hate Jack Eichel.
Oh, man.
I'm good.
Oh, man. We have come to a realization over here.
What?
You know how there's a little rule, unwritten, maybe? I don't know, about top 40 music?
What?
That just that peaked at number one.
As it should.
As we shouldn't play it.
No, we didn't play we played the instrumental. We're fine.
Yeah, we're too.
Yeah.
We're fine.
No, you can't just you can't throw Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift just on the air. You know what I mean? But if it's instrumental, you can, leading into a talk show, you're good.
Exactly, and I let it into the show, and I just let it play in the background.
Yeah.
I feel like that's good.
We're good.
Right?
As long as Ariana Grande wasn't singing in it, we're good.
Just paired with the expletive.
Oh my God, please. Oh my God. That's so embarrassing. Listen, this is only my second time producing / hosting or whatever, so I'm still trying to learn some things. I've only been here for a month, y'all. Don't come at me. Not on International Women's Day.
Yeah, I'll come at you tomorrow. That's fine. Gonna say, don't swear again.
I'm sorry.
2 times in a week.
Don't judge me. Okay.
Where's that tattoo from, Frank? Sorry, I don't mean to cut in. I just saw this LV. Are you Las Vegas? What is that?
I had this when you were still on the show, bud.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did.
I guess the last time I saw you, we were in long sleeves.
the
because it was
Super Bowl.
December.
Think of Roman numerals, my guy.
Oh, God. Tampa
There
Bay
you
won the
go.
Super Bowl.
There you go.
Yikes.
All right, so the first hour, if y'all missed it, you pretty much only missed us talking about what?
They blocked our stream on Facebook because you played.
Oh my
the
God!
song.
No way!
Emma?
Are you?
Emma.
What just happened?
What?
They shut
Emma?
us down.
What?
They shut us down.
It's so worth it.
It's not.
Why
It's
is
not worth
SEAL
it.
Team 6
Literally
busting
not
down the
worth
door?
It's a rule for a reason.
I'm sorry. I didn't know how this stuff works.
Wait.
Did they really shut us down on Facebook?
Yes, Armando is shaking his head. Yes.
Hey, wait a second.
We might be back
We might
now.
see a couple guys in suits coming in here now.
Yeah, we're
we
about
might
to be
get
Yeah, we're
taken.
getting
Yeah.
We're
raided by the
executed.
FCC.
You know what?
The FCC.
You swore, and now you play. You know
Oh,
what?
you're good. This is hilarious.
I could rap the line from "Without Me" by Eminem about the
Nope,
FCC.
nope,
but
nope,
let me
nope.
be.
No, let's not cross the line again.
Look, I'm about to say that
my
Emma
God.
Nosby is the FCC is our worst nightmare,
Oh, so
and
you-
the FCC's most wanted list.
You know, I did say that if I was a Real Housewife, my tagline would be, "People would think I'm a sociopath. Turns out I'm just a
Please
Gemini."
don't- okay, thank
Speaking
God.
of a video that Joe Cali just showed me,
That's so cursed. That is so cursed. AI is scary.
Speaking of which, did you know that today is the anniversary of the rumors of Antonio Brown being traded to the Bills?
Well, it wasn't rumors. It actually happened.
It was a report, and then it turned out to just be wrong.
Yes, I do remember because Mumford & Sons came in concert, and I saw a video, and they were doing like an acoustic set, and then someone was just like, F Antonio Brown, and I'm just like, yeah, period.
Well, the reason why I just bring it up, because of we mentioned just Joe showed a picture of Antonio Brown being Antonio Brown, and
Look, do we need to get into this? Because I know what you're talking about.
No, we do, because he posted a cartoon image of kissing Taylor Swift. He and Taylor Swift kissing.
That's
amazing.
35 minutes ago, TMZ, the worst news outlet ever, just reported it.
Wait. Evan, you wonder what happened to this show? That right there is a key example of what has happened to this show.
What, TMZ?
Oh, good.
No, you just bringing this up when it's nothing.
Listen, y'all. Listen. I'm not a Swiftie, but it is International Women's Day.
You said that.
I am not a Swiftie. I'm so
no,
sorry.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the person behind you.
Oh, yeah, that's not surprising.
And remember, it wasn't rumors about the Antonio Brown trade. It actually happened.
Well,
Brown was just unwilling to come.
It didn't happen because he didn't come to Buffalo. He was still with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is the one that made the trade eventually.
Evan, I'm correcting you. You said rumors. I'm saying it was real because the trade was in place, but Antonio decided not to leave Pittsburgh. Thank you. That is my point. You were wrong. Accept it.
Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, we're going to move on.
This man is... Yikes. The hostility today is absolutely insane.
I love on International Women's Day. What's your problem?
Okay,
man?
all right. The meme is dead. The
meme is never dead.
The meme is dead.
The meme is never dead.
The meme is dead.
All right,
let's talk about something.
I was gonna say I'm gonna bring up some because we mainly talked about trades for the NHL and a little bit of like free agency and stuff like that for the NFL. We're gonna carry on that conversation just a little bit about some football transactions that have happened within the last couple of days since we have last went on the air on Wednesday. First thing, so we touched on David Edwards with his 2-year extension. We didn't talk about Taylor Rapp. Taylor Rapp got a 3-year contract extension with the Buffalo Bills, and this is pretty much the replacement for Jordan Poyer. Thoughts, opinions, anything? I am not doing a round robin. Anybody can go.
I don't know about the word.
I love him.
Replacement.
I would say
he is a replacement.
Essentially now, yes. Unless they draft a young guy at some point or something like that.
If we were to draft a safety, in my opinion, we would get him either round 2 or 3.
Yeah.
This safety class is garbage, so you're probably not drafting a safety.
No, probably not. You're going to look through free agency. There's a couple that have become available, but they're way out of the Bills' price range.
Exactly. There's a lot.
Jeremy Chin would be disgusting.
You did say, because
I don't think you guys have the cap room.
No, the Bills, when they restructure Allen, you're going to free up about another $20 million.
I would love to see Jeremy Chin in a Jags uniform. That's just me. But, I'm biased.
I mean, I will say, speaking of safeties, longtime Broncos safety Justin Simmons got released, and I know a lot of people were
that was nuts.
It was nuts, but,
The Broncos are just trying to basically start anew.
Yeah. Which is smart from Sean Payton. I love what Sean Payton did.
I think that's another safety that's going to be too rich for the Bills' blood.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Plus, he's old.
He's
30.
30.
Well, yeah, but that's considered old in the athletics world. Frank, I see a face reaction, and you're looking on your phone. What's going on?
No, it was supposed to be just a trade rumor. Apparently, the Bruins had something lined up to move Linus Allmark to the Kings.
Oh, yes, totally forgot.
They crossed.
It
didn't happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was 3/17, so it's official.
No, if they called in before 3 trades, so we can still have another 2-3 hours of trades.
They still fax everything, so everything is so backlogged.
Okay.
Yeah, so even if it's 3, if more news is probably going to come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, Linus Allmark trade was bound to happen for the Kings.
We will keep you up to date on any breaking news within the NHL world because, like we've all said, within the last how many hours? Well, 1 hour, 15 minutes. It is the last day of the NHL trade deadline, so that is that.
Probably one of the last few before the Sabres get sold to Austin, Texas. So
so true.
If they keep up the way they're going now.
Let's get back to NFL. Taylor Rapp. Thoughts?
I like
it?
him.
Do we like it?
I think he's good.
He gave it his all in the Dolphins game. He ended up getting injured on the last play, unfortunately, but Tua turned the ball over. He got the best of him a little bit there, so it worked out.
Speaking of the Dolphins, oh wait, you got something to say?
That's kind of my only concern, really, about the Rapp signing. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say I don't like it, but it's more so just the fact that I remember him being hurt a lot last year, and he could be a little bit aggressive. I'm not trying to say headhunting, but he was a little bit, aggressive when
That's
it came
fine with
to.
me.
I'm
love aggressive.
Okay, yeah, I'm just saying that in a league where we're trying to get rid of those hits, that's all I'm saying. It can be. I just don't want him ended up getting fined or suspended because of bad hits.
Well, I don't think the Bills care. They love those kind of hits. They don't mind the fine.
This ain't no Kareem Jackson type of beat. You know what I mean?
No, as long as we're not treading on Bounty Gate where he's getting bonuses for taking players out. He does like to lead with his head into other players' heads, though. I will say that. That is something I noticed a lot about him. But other than that, I mean, he's a decent fill-in for the Void because at this point, I mean, I don't know what the contract situation is with like DeMar or any of those guys, but
DeMar's still on his rookie.
Yeah, so you probably keep him around maybe for the remainder of that and
see where it goes.
Yeah, but
all
I don't know.
We're gonna stick with the AFC East with these transactions because they both have to do with tight ends. Let's go over to the Miami Dolphins because that's a little bit interesting. I see they signed tight end veteran Jonnu Smith to a 2-year, $10 million deal to the Miami Dolphins. Is that going to help? I don't think so.
They're in cap hell. Like they're in bad shape, like extremely bad shape. So
I don't
it's
think
like
it's going to help.
No, and when you listen,
that's just more of a veteran presence kind of deal.
It's a veteran presence. You had Mike Gesicki. You lost him.
What's happening?
What happened?
Call. Dan's going to take care of that.
All right.
Keep talking, Joe.
No, you had Mike Gesicki, and then you went to the Patriots, I believe, right?
Yeah, Gesicki went to the Pats.
So that you kind of lost your tight end one in that situation. So now you get Jonnu Smith, who's kind of like he's fine. He's fine. He's not going to be a Dalton Kincaid or a Travis Kelce or anything like that.
Yeah, of course.
He's just going to be serviceable for blocking and catching short passes. But listen, when your first read is your only option, I don't see that helping very much. When screw it, Tyreek Hill's downfield somewhere. Let me close my eyes and just bomb it. That's essentially their offense. When you throw off that timing, I don't think Jonnu Smith's going to help you with that.
Moving on to a tight end. Oh, did you want to say something?
No, it's fine. I mean, I've been waiting for years to see Jonnu Smith break out, and it really hasn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to feel about Jonnu Smith.
I just think it's too little too late in my eyes.
I think he's actually a great signing.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just more so saying along the lines of when it comes down to it, I feel like all the times that I felt like he was kind of misused in New England and Tennessee. I felt like he could, and even Atlanta, I felt like he was also behind just players that he shouldn't. If he's going to succeed.
He beat out Delaney Walker. He caught more touchdowns than Kyle Pitts. The only thing I can agree with
that's
you is
because
that him
Arthur
and New
Smith
England
was the
suck.
head coach. I was also because Arthur Smith was their head coach, and
well, that doesn't matter who's the head coach.
He basically ruined a year of young talent.
Evan, you're taking emotions into the fact that you like Kyle Pitts. It's that.
All right.
No.
You're gonna stop talking.
He's a great tight end.
I think the mic might be turned off.
Good. Kyle Pitts. I get it. Yeah, you took him with the 8th overall pick, and he's the supposed generational talent at tight end. But Jonnu Smith utterly beat out Pitts, whether you like it or not, whether it was in the system or not.
Are you nuts?
Dale is coming in with the crazy hot takes. I thought that was me. I guess not for today.
I feel like you're just nuts. We're talking about the same Kyle Pitts, right? The guy who came into the league and was the number one option,
highest
the
drafted
number
tight
one
end in league
option
history
on a Falcons team. Was the only person on the Falcons that year to record 1,000 receiving yards. We're talking about that guy, right?
Oh, whoop-de-doo, you got 1,000 receiving yards. A bunch of people do that.
Oh, my God.
With Desmond Ridder as the quarterback. Come on, what are we talking
Desmond Ridder's
about?
throwing him the ball. Arthur Smith was his head coach. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that Kyle Pitts he's a little overrated. I haven't seen
He's had nothing to work with.
He literally has nothing
He
to
can't
work
be
with.
rated.
I'm so sorry. He literally does have nothing to work with. If he got traded to another team, he would be like 10 times better. I'm so sorry.
I'm not trying to say like, oh, if he went to the Bills, he would succeed.
No,
If he had a competent quarterback, which maybe the Falcons will get this year, maybe they trade for Justin Fields, maybe they'll go for Kirk Cousins.
Mac Jones. Who's open to being traded.
Whoa, that's some breaking news, everybody.
Open to being traded.
I don't think that's breaking.
The Patriots are open to trading Mac Jones.
They want
and
McCorkle
Jones. And they have teams calling for
Look,
him.
what about Brian Hoyer?
Shut your mouth. He was just
released today.
Okay, speaking of the Patriots, we do have a signing that I think actually will benefit the Patriots in keeping a veteran presence. Tight end Hunter Henry has signed a 3-year, $27 million deal that has a max value of $30 million to stay on the Patriots. He was supposed to be a free agent starting next week, but the Patriots have locked him up, especially with a new regime in the New England Patriots. This is a great signing, in my opinion.
I think so, but it doesn't make them better.
No, it doesn't make him better. Hunter Henry.
Because
I'm not saying it made it better. I just think it's just good to have that consistency.
I think that great. I'll take it from my colleague Sal Capaccio when he said that like the Patriots were rumored for DeAndre Hopkins. If DeAndre Hopkins were on the Patriots would still be last in the AFC East. And I don't know. They're probably years away from being competitive. And I don't know if they're going to draft a quarterback this year.
Hunter Henry is going to do what he's done for his entire career, which is 600 yards and 5 touchdowns.
But listen,
and he's going to continue to do that for the rest of his career.
Listen, Emma said veteran presence.
Yeah, veteran is
not about play. So, like, I agree. You know what I mean? I think keeping a veteran around there.
I'm not saying it's a bad signing.
No,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that veteran presence-wise, it's better than actual on-field value, I would say. He's solid. Like, he's just solid.
Yeah, no,
That's
he's always been
He's nothing
just
fantastic. He's just solid.
Yeah. That's what I was getting at. And then I just have one more thing, and then I'm going to move on to talking a little bit about college hoops because it is March, and we've barely talked about college basketball. That is wild to me.
Well, I mean, it's not Selection Sunday yet.
I know. Okay, but it doesn't matter. It
does. It does.
Anyway, this is for you. This is for you, Justin. We talked a little bit about this in the group chat, but
I definitely want your opinion on something that I don't pay too much attention to college basketball. I don't know if have you talked about the whole court storming thing?
We're not on that yet.
We're not on that yet, my guy.
Okay,
just asking if we talked about it.
No,
we haven't talked about it.
We didn't really talk about it, but we can talk about that when we get to it. Just real quick, I just want to ask you specifically, Justin, because I know this will definitely, you have a better opinion on this.
Word 2.
Foley Fadukasi, is that how you pronounce his last name?
Folo Fadukasi, yes.
Okay. He visited with the Bills. Your thoughts and opinions? Do you think he will be a good fit for us? Because I'm not familiar with him.
On a D-line that absolutely just got manhandled with the cap and has nobody on it, yeah, you can use a run-stopping machine like Folo Fadukasi. I mean, that's all he does. He's not very quick off the line. He's not much of a pass rusher, but he'll be a solid nose tackle, a solid rotational nose tackle like he was for us. He eats blocks and he stops the run, and he's just an above average, slightly above average defensive tackle.
Would I sound crazy if just based on that description alone it reminds me of a Shaq Lawson?
Yes, you would be. Shaq Lawson, I would say Shaq Lawson is definitely better than Folo Fadukasi.
No, but I'm just talking like comparison of just basing on like Shaq Lawson isn't like the star pass rusher, but he's good at, stopping the run and everything like that.
I mean, Shaq Lawson's significantly more athletic
Yeah.
because he plays a different position, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Well, thank you for that information, Justin. We will keep you in the loop if we end up getting Fadukasi next week, because free agency for the NFL is going to be starting next week, and that's going to be wild.
Sabres news.
Yeah.
Sabres news.
Sabres news.
Dan Dale.
Tyson Jost and Cale Clegg are brought up from Rochester. Ryan Johnson is getting sent down.
All right.
This season is just...
All right, Frank's happy, but everybody else is mad. So, then Justin and I are just confused.
I'm just laughing.
Then Justin and I are kind of just like, football.
Hey, it was reported that they saw him at Key Bank today.
Yeah. You didn't talk about one important release, though, I thought.
Oh, today.
Patrick Peterson
Yeah,
got
Patrick
released by
Scott.
the Steelers.
Oh, yes. I totally forgot.
He
But
should honestly retire.
Yeah.
I'm on the retired side.
yeah, me
So
too.
past.
I don't think it's a really like a thing to talk about because we all are just like retired.
I think he's still somewhat decent.
Wait a minute. I totally forgot to just talk about one more thing. Our boy Money Mitch is officially back to the Buffalo Bills. Quarterback Mitch Trubisky signed a 2-year, $5.25 million deal that's worth up to $8.45. That includes a lot of guaranteed. That includes $2.7 million guaranteed. Money Mitch is back. Do we like the signing for backup quarterback?
Well, yeah, he's
he's a backup
20th
quarterback.
highest paid quarterback, at least backup wise.
Yeah.
He's the 20th. Like, he went from number 1 backup quarterback to 20th in money. That's a big pay cut to just come back to Buffalo.
Speaking of pay
Why
cuts,
not?
Maybe he just
He's
likes
better.
it.
He's 10 times better than Kyle Allen.
Whoa!
Word 2. Wait a minute. Hello?
I don't. Something?
Who is this guy?
Something wacky's happening right now.
Cousin?
Who is this guy?
Yeah, he just walked right in here.
Who's what guy?
what?
Hello?
I'm so confused.
No way.
Harrington, what are you still doing
It's
here?
just Evan.
No way he's back.
Here, I'll go in there.
Evan, what are you still doing here, buddy?
I think he's coming in this.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Where is he going?
He's pulling up a chair, I think.
Harrington, what are you doing?
I'm so confused.
This game is going to
I
be
thought he was
real
going to
fun.
work.
That's all I'm going to say.
Oh yeah, Justin does have a game. We're gonna start that at around 3:40.
Yeah, give or take.
God.
Okay. Give or take, hopefully. Hi. You want to explain why you're still here?
Did your class get canceled?
Oh my gosh. Okay. While we're setting that up, I'll talk a little bit about
What the heck is happening
for
here?
the past 10 minutes. For the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna be chatting about college basketball because yes, people
Break 'em.
before guys. Because yes, people, even though Selection Sunday isn't until March 17th, aka Dan Dale's 21st birthday, that does not mean that all these games will not determine where the seeding is going to be for the tournament. Just saying. So.
True, but I only care about who I'm going to bet the money line on at the 16 seed, you know?
Do we? Okay,
That's what we like.
real quick though, for real. Do we do brackets here on the Blitz?
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Let's go.
I just do brackets just in
Yeah,
general.
we just
Okay.
I
randomly
recall ever doing
pick.
here was when we did the bracket for the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, we've done brackets for March Madness for the past. We did it last year. We did NHL playoffs last year. We did NFL playoffs this year. We
So,
do
yeah,
all
You know
brackets.
what my
bracket.
favorite part of March Madness is when Trainwreck Sports comes out with their March Madness bracket. That is the best.
Yo, I just remember last year Snoop Dogg had a bracket and he liked Penn State making it out of the first round, and that made my heart happy.
Oh my god!
Speaking of Penn State will not be in the tournament, unfortunately. Of course, all the best players from last year's team are now in the NBA, all conveniently on the Denver Nuggets, mind you. That's fun. I think honestly, when it comes to the top 25, the one team on the very, very bottom that I am keeping my eye on is surprisingly BYU. They've been coming in and out of the top 25 within these last few weeks, and I think BYU is going to have a solid, first and second round of the tournament. So I feel like that's a team that you could definitely keep your eye on because they've definitely had some upsets, especially within the Pac-12. Here's your top 4 teams, which will all be each team that will represent the number 1 seed for each region for the tournament. Houston for the South, they are number 1. UConn is going to be for the East. They're ranked at number 2. Purdue for the Midwest, they're number 3, and then Tennessee for, of course, the West. Those are your top 4. I know for a fact they're all going to be number 1 seed for each of the region for the tournament. The rest of the top 5 after Tennessee is going to be Arizona, next Iowa State, next North Carolina, Marquette, Duke, and Creighton. Does anybody here watch college basketball besides me?
I mean, I do during March Madness.
Yeah, that's the only time I
It's
really.
just March Madness.
That's the only time I really turn it on
Good
too.
Lord, you guys. This is
18th to
not
the
going to be a good...
22nd. That's when I'm watching.
I'm betting the money line on Bama.
When's Buck State playing the March Madness? When they're in the
I
bracket?
don't have a team, really.
It's for D1, not D3.
Go Ball State, baby.
Yo, Buck State,
Go
Bengals.
Bengals. Go Buffalo Stat.
Roll bagels.
Buffalo Stat.
Roll Bengals.
No, roll bagels.
Bama,
Oh, bagels.
Bama is a basketball school.
I'm in everything bagel.
They're winning it all.
Are you kidding me?
Word
They
two.
lost
I'm
to
betting the money
Florida.
line on Bama.
By 20 plus points, I'm pretty sure.
Is Florida not ranked?
No. Florida is.
Well, it's kind of funny, Frank, that she's going at you for that when her team that she's even
Yeah,
rooting for isn't
that's
even going to
crazy.
go anywhere.
Because Penn State's definitely not in it.
Right, yeah.
Stop it. I have my loyalties, all right? Everybody can.
UCF isn't in it. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, but you can't take shots without taking shots back.
Bang, bang. Call me Mick Foley.
Niagara basketball. They're going to win the MAC.
Yeah.
Listen, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The MAC is such an irrelevant conference. It's not even funny. I'm so sorry.
She's not wrong.
Thank you.
I mean, do you remember when St. Peter's got really when they made it to the Elite Eight and for the first 2 games the cheerleading squad wasn't able to get they couldn't afford hotel and
they were still cooking. They were chefing them up.
Well, they were a 15 seed?
Yeah, they were chefing.
That was great. But anyways, yeah.
So this weekend is the start of a lot of tournaments within each conference. So we have a lot of we just have a lot of tournaments right now within the within their own conference. So there really isn't a lot of it will determine obviously the seeding and stuff like that for the tournaments and everything. But I don't really. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through all the games. I'm just trying to see ones that are something to worth watching. But yeah, I just wanted to give an update on the list. If you want to look at the rest of the top 25, we looked at the top 10. Gonzaga is slowly but surely moving upwards. They were at number 23 last week, and they are now at number 19. So they are slowly but surely coming back up. Alabama's at number 16, by the way, Frank. But you know who's above?
Cooking.
Kentucky. You know who said that Kentucky was going to be Alabama? Me.
No way.
I have the receipts to prove it in the group
None
chat.
of this matters until the bracket starts.
Oh my God.
None of this matters.
Nothing matters until the brackets come out.
Please stop.
Nothing matters. All right. Anyway.
All right, fine. So there's your college basketball updates. A lot of games happening this weekend on, TBS, CBS, ESPN, all the fun stuff.
I'm just rooting for Iowa.
Caitlin Clark.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, the men's team is not even on here. The women's team, though, is a whole different story.
Yeah,
Do you know
she's winning it all.
Major
She
Show
cooks.
was just picked up by the TBS network, actually.
Oh, wait, I did see this. Impractical Jokers.
Yep.
Oh, they're getting another season?
They're moving
They're
from
moving channels.
True TV to TBS
They're
for a
moving
bigger
channels.
deal or something like
Mhm.
that.
I thought I thought they were already on TBS.
No.
I think they just show reruns.
Probably, yeah, but they're exclusive
Oh.
new episodes coming to
Okay,
TBS.
so they're
yeah.
reruns are on TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
Warning, the following program contains
It's
Where's
warning.
Joe
The
Cali?
following program contains scenes of graphic,
graphic stupidity among four lifelong friends who compete to embarrass each other. That's it.
Sorry. Welcome to the Blitz. Maybe it's me that's causing all this chaos.
I don't think so, Depot. I don't think so, buddy.
No credit.
I can say that's true.
No way.
I can
I'll
absolutely
second.
concur. I third.
All right. Depot's the problem.
Nah.
Word two.
It's me. Hey.
No way.
Can't
No.
sing it.
No, don't even.
You're going to get us
Not
banned
again.
I'm not.
Not again.
Oh my
You
God.
swear you get us banned.
You
you're
know
gonna
what?
get us
Moving
banned
on. You
again.
know what? Moving on.
on.
Moving on. All right. It's 3:36. I think
Speaking
Justin,
speaking of games,
Yeah.
we got to figure out how we're gonna do this because there's a lot of people here. We can do teams maybe. I think that might be the easiest way to go about
As
this.
I say, do you want
Hey, I got some background music. I got some background music.
I was about to say, holy
Hello.
goodness gracious!
Break all our ears.
All right, so
Sorry.
That
This
wasn't
is not
loud.
tough.
Still
This
trying
is
to-
not top
Maybe
40,
that's
right?
because
I'm still trying to
it's
work
up my
more. It's from
left ear.
Sonic Rush.
I'm just making sure.
I'm really trying to
That is
think
correct.
of the easiest way to go about this. We could definitely do 2, and 2. However, I'm gonna need a mic, so
It's okay. We'll all share one over
was
here.
about to
Or you know
say.
what?
I'll
I'll
just
split.
yell.
I'll go back next to Dan.
okay, all right. So that
Yay!
works.
I
All
get
right.
my money back.
So we'll do teams. We'll have Frank and Emma, and then we'll do Dan and Joe, and then Evan and Evan.
Let's go, Evan.
Yeah.
Evan squared.
Hi, buddy. Sorry, I moved your chair over there.
So
Yeah, I switched. the
hang on,
chair.
I want
you
to
be
make sure
comfortable.
everybody can hear everything. We all We all plugged in. We're
Are
all
we doing buzzers or
Mic check,
anything?
1, 2.
Oh yes,
mic
no,
check,
absolutely.
mic check.
Oh,
I'll explain in just a minute. Let me first tell you the game.
What is the game, Justin?
The game that we're doing today is career paths. So, this is going to be NFL exclusive. All NFL players. I am going to give you
Super Bowl trivia.
I am going to give you the career path from the first team to the last team of an NFL player. You guys, all you have to do is tell me the player. If you can't get the player from the career path, I will give you their college, and if you still can't get the player, I'll give you their position, and we'll go from there.
Do you give years?
What?
Do you
I'm
give-
not giving. I'm
you
not
give
giving the
years?
years
Okay,
unless
all right.
you really need them. But
Okay.
I don't think you will.
Last resort.
So each team will need a buzzer, and then, like I said, I'm just gonna list out the career path, and we'll go from there.
Gerald.
No, come on.
So let's
We're on a team here.
let's get a
No,
buzzer
I'm
going.
just saying they should do theirs as Gerald.
All right, Evan, give me a buzzer.
Frank, what's our noise going to be?
Like what our noise will be?
Yep.
Oh,
What's your
just
noise?
slap? Okay.
Wedding.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
then we need a noise.
All right. Joe and Dan, give me a noise. Okay. and
Frank,
then-
what's the new noise going to be? Meow.
word?
Is this like common practice now? Is this what happens?
Wait, what Frank?
Yep.
What Frank?
Do we have buzzers?
Yeah, we have buzzer noises.
Yeah, we have
Wait,
buzzer.
are you saying what Frank's buzzer was? Is that common practice for him?
What?
What?
Meowing?
Insinuating right now.
This is a very interesting episode. All right. Are we ready for career paths?
All right, let's go.
First player started in Cincinnati, went to Dallas. Let me take off the glasses.
You said goggles.
Let me take off the glasses. Evan's trying to cheat. Started in Cincinnati, went to Dallas, then to Chicago, then to New Orleans, then to Carolina.
Can you say those teams
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, one more time.
Rerun.
A little slower, please.
Cincinnati, Dallas, Chicago, New Orleans, Carolina.
Whoa. The web.
Is a
got anything?
TCU alumni.
TCU alumni?
Oh, beat it.
Meow.
The Red Rocket, Andy Dalton.
That is correct,
Oh.
Andy
Yeah, yes, Frank.
Oh, we're
That's right. We should have known that. Though. He
Listen,
sent
I
to the
only
Bills
know
to
one
the playoffs.
TCU alum, and that is Jerry Hughes.
By the way, from now, I'm just slapping from now on.
Oh, you're just slapping. You're not going to do meow.
That was
I'm just
beautiful.
going to clap
All right,
randomly.
round two. We got Pittsburgh, the Jets, Kansas City, Baltimore, and then Tampa Bay.
Le'Veon Bell.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I knew that. I just was waiting for. Oh.
No, you got. If you, I should have established this. If you know it, you can give your sound off early,
Okay.
and I'll stop.
All right,
What
all
was
right,
that
all right.
sound again? I don't even remember.
Wedding.
Wedding.
I'll try to remember that.
All right, next player. Minnesota, Arizona, New Orleans, Washington, Detroit, Tennessee, Seattle. Minnesota, Arizona, New Orleans, Washington, Detroit, Tennessee, Seattle.
Gotta be a quarterback.
Yeah, I know, right? That's where I'm at.
Frank?
It's wrong. Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson is correct!
Wow!
Yeah.
Frank, you might actually win a game this
Why
time.
did you say that? Don't say it now. We lose now.
Crap. Knock on wood.
All right, this one is probably the second hardest one on the list that I
Okay.
got going here. So, started in Jacksonville, went to Minnesota, Baltimore, the Raiders, Indianapolis, and Chicago. Is a defensive end.
Currently still playing?
Currently still playing, a defensive end out of Maryland.
Name those teams one more time for me, please.
Jacksonville, Minnesota, Baltimore, Frank.
Yannick Ngakoue.
And that's four.
It is!
Four straight
God.
points.
Frank the
I literally
Tank.
only got one answer correct, but you know what? It's fine.
Frank is cooking on a different level. All right. Moving on.
For the women.
No way.
For the women.
Moving on.
You're not allowed to say that.
Carolina, New Orleans, the Giants, the Raiders, Tennessee, Indianapolis.
Never mind.
Can you start over? Sorry, my ADD got me. I was just
You
zoning
got
in
it.
the
You got it.
franchise.
Carolina, New Orleans, New York Giants, Oakland Raiders for the time frame there. The Oakland Raiders, Tennessee, Indianapolis. Penn State alum.
Come on.
Is a quarterback.
Oh, Trace McSorley.
Wrong.
Throw it on a dime.
Shut up.
Say the teams again.
Carolina, New Orleans, New York Giants, Oakland Raiders, Tennessee, Indianapolis. Penn State quarterback.
Oh my God.
Started his career in 1995.
Well, that makes more sense.
It's an older guy. Okay. I'm trying to think recently. Wait a second.
I no, this can't be right.
I don't. No. I have no idea. It's not buzzworthy. One more time.
Carolina, New Orleans, the Giants, Oakland Raiders, Tennessee, Indianapolis.
I know this guy. He was a total freaking bust.
Did his career end in 95?
No, his career started in 95.
When did his career end?
With Penn State.
No, his NFL career started in 1995.
I'm just take a shot in the dark. Jake Delhomme.
Close. The quarterback before Jake Delhomme in Carolina.
I didn't know if he played for Penn State, so I heard Carolina and that.
Initials KC.
What? KC?
KC are his initials.
Oh my God. I feel so embarrassed.
Was the Giants quarterback when they went to the Super Bowl.
Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins
That's
is
what
correct.
It is. Oh my God.
Woo. That was probably the toughest one.
All right,
it was between him and Yannick Ngakoue.
Olivia, I'm so sorry if you're listening to this.
All right. Next up, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Dallas, Buffalo, Cincinnati.
Quinn Spain.
Wrong.
Corey Glenn.
Wrong.
Wait. The teams again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. San Francisco, Philadelphia, Dallas, Buffalo, Cincinnati.
I was going to say someone. You can go.
This is wrong. I know it's wrong.
Wait, can you say the teams again?
San Francisco, Philadelphia, Dallas, Buffalo, Cincinnati.
It's not Jason Peters, is it?
Terrell Owens is correct.
I was going to say Frank
Did he get the key to the
Gore, but
city?
I was like, I didn't hear New York Jets, so it couldn't be Frank
T.O.
Gore.
got the key to the city of Buffalo.
Did he really?
Yeah. One of the worst.
Actually, yesterday was the anniversary of the T.O. signing.
I really didn't want to give you guys
Happy
the
birthday.
college for that one because I feel like Chattanooga would have really given it away.
Yeah.
So,
Unless it's Cole Strange.
but
Where's New England?
Yeah.
but good work there. All right, next up, Arizona, Baltimore, San Francisco, Detroit.
Can you give a year?
Yeah, he started his NFL career in 2003.
So he's still playing.
Is a wide receiver
No, he's not playing. That means
he's not
nope.
playing.
out of Florida State. Arizona, Baltimore, San Francisco, Detroit. Is most known, probably, in my opinion, with San Francisco. And I'll give everybody who was here a hint. Emma.
It's Anquan Bolden.
It's Anquan Bolden.
You said my name and I knew it exactly. Wait, I had a feeling I just didn't know.
It's Anquan Bolden.
Now, I thought you were gonna. I thought you were honestly gonna say the hint was he was on the Bills but never played.
No.
His son goes to UB, by the way.
Oh, you don't think I know that? I produced the games on the radio.
My friend texted me. He's like, "Yo, my one classmate's Anquan Bolden's son," and I'm like, "Yo, that's kind of sick."
All right.
Moving on.
So is it 5-1-1 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah, Frank.
Next up,
Ooh.
Detroit, New England, Miami, back to New England, the Chargers, Baltimore.
Kyle Van Noy.
Kyle Van Noy is correct.
Yeah.
Nice, Dan.
Thank
Nice. Starting to make the
He
climb.
didn't buzz.
You're right, he didn't buzz,
Kyle
but
Van Noy.
yeah, there it is.
Okay.
There it
Whoop,
is.
there it is.
Still
All
got
right.
it.
Yeah.
Denver, Miami, Chicago, the Jets, the
Jay
Giants,
Cutler.
Seattle, wrong.
I was gonna say Jay Cutler started in Denver, I think.
Yeah, he did. All right, ready? Let me name the teams again.
Thank you.
Denver, Miami, Chicago, the Jets, the Giants, Seattle.
On Seattle now.
Wide receiver.
Oh, never mind.
Wide receiver out of Central Florida.
Oh, wait, no. Never mind.
What year?
Started his career in 06.
Okay.
I see his name.
Phone's not working.
Yeah, the phone keeps like flashing, but there's no one on the line. So we apologize if you hear any background noise.
Or if you're trying to call and it's just not working.
Or if you're trying to call.
Isn't some funky music from 2005 Sonic Rush.
All right. One more time with the teams, and I'll give you his initials because that'll be a giveaway. Denver, Miami, Chicago, the Jets, the Giants, Seattle. A wide receiver out of Central Florida.
No, Frank slapped it first. Come on, man.
It's not. It's the other one.
Come on, buddy.
It's not Demarius Thomas.
5.
I know it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
It's the other
Dan.
Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall is correct. Good get there, Dan. All right.
I answered a phone in the time. Thank you.
Good
for not
Lord.
Getting it right.
All right, next up. Tampa Bay, New England, Denver, and then the Los Angeles Rams.
Tampa Bay started.
Position?
Repeat.
Cornerback out of Kansas.
I need a repeat.
Tampa Bay, New England, Denver, L.A. Rams.
Akeem Talib?
Akeem Talib is correct.
Yo, that was a good one.
I legit forgot Keith was we drafted.
The chain grabber.
Imagine being a Tampa Bay fan and yet knowing
All right.
Just letting you know, Justin, we got 11 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I got my watch
Oh,
on.
okay. You're good.
All right. Tennessee, St. Louis Rams, Green Bay, Oakland Raiders, New Orleans Saints, and then the L.A. Chargers.
I was going to say Ryan Fitzpatrick, but then that was...
Started off, I was like,
It started off with Fitz, but then I was like, wait a minute.
I'll give you a hint. Ryan Fitzpatrick is too well known. He's not on. He's not on my quiz.
Damn.
That's fine. I mean, when someone...
What's up?
Mercedes Lewis.
Ooh, you got the right position.
Tight end.
A tight end out of South Carolina. Tennessee, St. Louis Rams, Green Bay, Oakland Raiders, New Orleans Saints, and then the L.A. Chargers.
I slapped first, Jimmy Graham.
Incorrect.
Ah!
I was going to say Jimmy Graham too, but then I was
But
like...
no, Jimmy Graham went to Chicago.
Incorrect. Is most famously known for a crazy catch on the sideline.
Jared Cook.
Jared Cook is correct.
What's the score now? What's the score now?
Does that make it 5-5?
think
Does
that
that make it
makes it
5-5-2? Right?
Have
Do you
I
guys
really
have 2 or
pulled this
1?
back?
I think we...
You have. I have not.
I think we still have one.
Yep, so
Are we winning?
it's 5-5-1.
No thanks to you.
All right. Next up, Baltimore, Buffalo, Cleveland, the Chargers, Houston.
Tyrod.
Tyrod Taylor is correct.
Nice.
Give me 6.
Next up, Buffalo, the Los Angeles Rams, Kansas City, Baltimore, Green Bay.
Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins.
Sammy Watkins
Sammy
is
Dropkins.
correct.
Yeah. Sammy Dropkins, baby. Let's go.
All right, this one's
Hey. Sammy was a solid wide
He
receiver.
was my first NFL jersey.
this one's another tougher one. Arizona, Philadelphia, Denver, the New York Giants, the Oakland Raiders, and Washington.
There's just too many teams with these picks.
Arizona,
See all the bad teams
Philadelphia,
passing these guys
Denver, New York Giants, Oakland Raiders, Washington.
around. What year?
Year, I believe, was drafted in 09. But I'm going to double check that.
Started in Arizona. What position?
Cornerback out of Tennessee State.
Oh my God, why do I?
Ready? I'll give you the list again. Let me double check his start year.
Yeah, please give us the list again.
All right, the list again. Arizona, Philadelphia, Denver, the Giants, the Oakland Raiders, and Washington. Cornerback, Tennessee State.
Corner or quarter?
Corner.
Corner.
Corner with an N. Ner.
No, it did not say Carolina.
Yeah, it's not George. It's not Josh Norman.
Oh,
Has a-
God. Josh Norman. Yikes.
Has a 3-word name.
Haha, Clinton Dix.
Wrong.
No!
Rogers Cromartie.
Dominique Rogers Cromartie is correct.
Yeah. Ha ha.
I was gonna say Clinton Dix was on the Packers, my guy.
All right. We got 2 more left. This game is not
Get
out of
it
reach.
together, Frank.
This is not out of reach. Frank and Emma, if you get these next 2, it's a tie, and I'll have to look somebody up.
Oh my
Evan, I
God.
think we got a chance here.
All right, next player. Philadelphia, St. Louis, Kansas City, Philadelphia again, Jacksonville, Chicago, Indy.
Wait,
Nick
we hit it
Foles.
first. Yep.
Nick Foles is
No!
correct.
Danny Amendola.
And the last player, just for kicks and giggles, Arizona, Detroit, Oakland, Carolina, Chicago, Tampa Bay, Cleveland, the Jets, Philadelphia.
What year?
He was drafted, I believe, in 01. No, 02. 02. My apologies. A quarterback? A quarterback out
Mark
of...
Sanchez.
Wrong.
No, that's just. Oh my God.
A quarterback out of SMU.
Listen, I can't say anything.
Look, we've already won, so what do we care?
No, this is for laughs.
Can you wait? Go over them again.
Arizona, Detroit, Oakland, Carolina, Chicago, Tampa, the Cleveland, Jets, Philadelphia.
Shane Buckley.
Wrong.
Josh McCown.
Josh McCown is correct.
Yay, redemption, kinda. Moral redemption.
We still won, though.
Yes,
Indeed.
congratulations. You guys won. Frank, I'm so sorry that I jinxed it by saying it to the universe.
It's okay. Frank's the one, though he's the one who sold.
Frank's
so it's
still a
all right.
loser.
And
Listen,
that'll
I give
and
Dan
that'll
all the
do
credit
it.
for that win.
That'll do it for my game. A nice 20-minute game there.
Frank's still a
Little
loser
fun one.
in 2024. Let's go, Frank. You're a loser still.
Frank, if you didn't know you're a loser.
If you guys couldn't understand the outcome of the game, I'll give it to you.
Hey. That was not okay.
That was
No,
not
it was
okay.
not.
It's perfectly fine.
No, it's not.
So the outcome of the game, Dan and Joe with the win. I believe
Dan with
having
the win. I was a bystander.
No, nobody. We're
Oh,
together.
my goodness.
I believe 7 points, 7 or 8, followed by Emma and Frank with 6 or 7, followed by Evan and Evan with 1.
Wow,
Way to
this
go,
goes
way to
down in
go.
the history books of one of the greatest comebacks on this show, down 5-1. Come
Yeah,
back.
that was
Win 7 to 6.
pretty sweet.
Or 8-6, rather. That
But
was
yeah,
perfect. Perfect.
It was perfect.
Well, for us.
Oh my god.
that'll do it for my game. Maybe next time we'll do it with a different sport. Maybe a little
Baseball.
Maybe
May-
Frank will win.
Maybe a little journeyman hockey. Maybe a little bit journeyman baseball. Journeyman NBA.
Oh,
Maybe.
I'm
I
down
would
for
know
that.
nothing then.
Yeah, no,
The
me
NBA
either.
one
I
and
feel
the
like
baseball
everyone
one.
here universally knows football, but I'm trying to get into other sports. Okay, I'm trying.
Maybe next time we'll do journeyman NBA. But thank you all for playing. Hope you enjoyed the game.
Thank you, Justin Bachman. Can I get a Duval?
Duval.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry, I can't say that.
Nope.
It's fun to say. It's fun to say.
It is fun.
We got 4 minutes left. Anybody want to scroll through Twitter and see if there's any more updates from the NHL trade deadline?
I got one.
Okay.
Sabres GM Kevin Adams said there's a minor league trade still coming.
Ooh.
Whoop-de-doo.
It's if it isn't Devin Levi, then that's fine by me.
What?
Minor league, right?
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not touching him.
No, I know, but still, you know, you just gotta cross your fingers, hope for the best.
He's not. He's untouchable.
The Bills got awarded a 4th-round pick for
Compensatory?
Tremaine Edmonds, I believe.
Oh, there you go.
133. So
I think I thought that was supposed to be a 3rd.
nope, it became a 4th.
It was supposed to be a 3rd, but it ended up being a 4th.
That's
Yep.
stupid.
Well,
let's
the
talk about
league
this.
does not care about your feelings.
Oh, that's one other thing.
should care
Let's talk
about
a
my
little bit,
feelings.
like just for the last like couple of minutes here. What the heck is going on with my headphones? There we go. Sorry. Russell Wilson visited with the Steelers.
And the Giants.
What do we think? What do we think about this?
They're both gonna be terrible with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Steelers country. Let's rock.
No, Steelers country. Let's mend.
Steelers
Listen,
country.
I don't mind Russell Wilson. Put the cringy stuff aside. Like Sean Payton kind of gave him a raw deal. I will say that.
Yeah,
and he got
sure.
a bad deal with Hackett too. So I think with a decent team, he'd be all right.
I mean,
he's gone to 2 Super Bowls.
Wherever he's going to go, he's going to give the vet minimum is what's going to happen.
Well, but you got to look too.
He's
Look
not
at his
a vet
history.
minimum quarterback.
I'm more so
2
saying
more
that
Super Bowls than Josh
get,
Allen.
He's going to get paid, not vet minimum,
just
but he's
saying.
going to get cheap because of the money that he is owed from Denver.
Yeah,
is
for
what
sure.
I'm getting at.
Yeah, still 2 more
Watch,
Super Bowls.
he's going to be like,
90% of the
I want a
quarterbacks out there.
$37 million contract.
Technically.
I mean, let's be real though. He had a hell of
2
a
appearances.
2020 season. Let's talk about that. So, I'm just scrolling through NFL.com, seeing if there's anything. Oh, this is interesting. Sean Desai, who was the Eagles' defensive coordinator last season, was added to the coaching staff as senior assistant for the Los Angeles Rams.
Cool.
Fun.
Fun indeed.
Bum.
I hate this guy.
We need to tally one episode. We need to like tally how many times Dan Dale says the word bum.
I'm sure you could probably go back and listen and see how many times he did.
Yeah, no, it's gonna
Probably
be
too made.
I'll get back to you on Monday.
at least a couple, 2, 3.
You
You know.
won't be in Monday. You won't be in Monday. Screw it. You're gonna be listening for a month.
I'll tell you, there's probably thousands of times just from our tenure as well. Unreal.
I love bum.
I was really hoping that this hour was going to be way better than the last hour, but I feel like it was low key a little bit worse. I apologize to everybody.
Wow.
For me, me personally, like as host, like me
I-
personally.
No, goodness.
Okay, I played a top 40 hit without even
It's-
knowing that was a thing, and
Listen.
then I accidentally sang the explicit version instead of the clean version.
Listen,
Anything we
it's
said, we're
hilarious.
kidding.
Like
it's funny. Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Okay, you know what? Thanks, guys. for
You
that.
don't
I really
This is a
appreciate that.
college radio station. This isn't like you're on the.
I know.
It's not like
I
you're
just-
He
on
cursed
ba-
about Tom Brady. I cursed about Jeff Skinner. Someone played. He
didn't
played
curse-
TNT
I didn't
and got
curse
it flagged.
listen.
I didn't
I'm
curse
kind of
about
hard on
Tom Brady.
myself.
What are you
Okay, but
talking
this
about?
this feels better. I like the reassurance. Thank you,
I
guys.
swear.
Who played TNT?
Oh, that was me.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah. But that was perfectly
you just
fine.
happen
We were
to
on YouTube.
you just happen to do everything within the span of 2 minutes, which is hilarious.
Yeah, you just decided to take everything we've done and just squeeze it.
You know what? It's better than doing it later. That's for
Hey.
damn sure.
How else are you gonna spend International Women's Day, huh?
I'm gonna re-listen to Eternal.
Trailblazer.
I'm gonna re-listen to Eternal Sunshine for the rest of the day. That was such a good album, man. What else is going on Fridays? Are there any good games on tonight in the sports world on Fridays? No.
No.
All that saving for Saturday. That sucks. What?
Friday Night SmackDown's on. Logan Paul, USA champions, returning.
He's returning, baby.
He's returning.
Oh my
His
God.
brother's fighting Mike Tyson.
His brother's
too.
fighting Mike Tyson. Logan Paul's gonna fight Randy Orton at WrestleMania. We're getting LA Knight versus AJ Styles, and Cody Rhodes is finishing his story.
L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, breaking news.
Oh.
Better make it
Quentin
quick.
Morris is staying as a Buffalo Bill.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Slay.
Could have just ended the show and nobody.
Nobody would
Nobody would have cared, but
Nobody would have sneezed.
Listen, man, on that note, on
Yeah, I
that
know.
sleigh, I'm going to, do the round and start with socials. Let's start with you, Justin.
You can follow me on X and TikTok. I post daily at jbach22.
You can follow me on Instagram at FrankLopez_561 or on Twitter at Frank561Lopez. Also, real quick shout out, rest in peace to Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball.
Yes.
I saw that.
It was a great anime, man.
The only anime that has ever fully captured my full attention over hundreds of tens of seasons.
Shout out. Rest
Shout
in
out,
power.
rest in peace to Akira
Rest in
Toriyama.
power.
You can find me on Twitter, not X. I don't care what it's called. At Evan Depot 2, that's DIPO2, and on Instagram at Evan Depot 98.
You can find me on Instagram at Evan Harrington _63 and on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it, like Depot said over here, at Evan H716.
You can find me on Twitter at the Buffalonian. It was great to be back and see all you guys again. Meet Emma for the first time. It's,
Yes.
it's a vibe.
We've
so
been
this'll be-
Instagram buddies for a little bit.
Yeah.
Now we can finally meet in person.
There we go. So you can find me on Twitter at the Buffalonian and pretty much anywhere. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. You can find, like Joe said, the winners of today's show, because it definitely wasn't Frank, on X at @double_D capital WNY.
Armando, you're in studio. Do you want to give out your socials? No? Oh,
No.
how sad.
It's not his show.
Oh, whatever. I was going to give that opportunity. All right, y'all. I guess this leaves me. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Evan Osby. No caps, no spaces, no nothing. I just want to thank you all for listening to The Blitz on 91.3 FM, WBNY, Buffalo's original alternative since 1982, brought to you by the student activity fee here at Buffalo State University. It has been a pleasure. I wish you all a great weekend and a nice day, and happy International Women's Day to all you ladies out there. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe.